And now we have Matt Rule in his second game here of the fourth year under his leadership. This team did not have a lot of hype in the spring game, not a lot in the fall. Had a tough game with Ohio last week until they broke it open. See what they do here against another tough MAC team in the Bowling Green. But Thumpers. The Falcons.
Today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense is vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play action game.
A huge transfer in Chris Johnson Jr. This guy's got some wheels.
They know he is the man. He is the guy. He is priority number one.
They're going to ride this running back.
Ooh.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one.
Nebraska's getting rolled over. Rolled over. People are mulling over, picking them, winning anything.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. And
we knew the Falcons had a good D, and they made Nebraska's offense look silly. Beautiful punt. Get down. What a punt.
They're going to mark this one at the 15.
Woo-hoo.
So Bowling Green's offense will go to work for the first time today.
And they got a good interior lineman in Mateo Guerra. Mateo's fantastic. He's going to be going up against the transfer from Army and Harris Miller.
All those things are really, really good, but you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10.
Oh, so he was one of the highly sought-after transfers.
From the 39, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned.
I've already completed my tasks. What more does it want from me? Come on up. But it can't be there. And we turn it up. Come on up. And it can't be there. And we turn on the floor to Okay.
Get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that
big... and he breaks a big one.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the
such a tough lineman. Nebraska's feeling it a little bit here.
So he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And the Falcons back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
He's such a good back.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got it in the middle, it's Ridley. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. The Falcons didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Big fella moving. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bowling Green.
We knew this team was tough. Nebraska gets punched in the mouth here.
Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Oh,
and here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Good timing on the quick out. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. So after the 1st down run, here's 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Wilkins. He's going for it all. Makes the catch. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback will keep it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So
that was an easy touch.
It's for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback.
Sneak gets it done.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the 1st game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man, it's Middleton. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Come on, get on up.
He's really intentional.
I can't do things.
Quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40.
Boy got his ass kicked on that play, though.
They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the ground. He's got it again.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Fights off a defender. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. And the Falcons have this offense rolling. Anderson wants to throw. Buys a little extra time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And just a spectacular punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Put these guys in the freaking Big Ten.
ASAP,
we're okay.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Finds his man. It's Johnson. They finally get him on the ground, and that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period, first down here. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on
into the secondary on the right. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
Oh, and you hear this stadium erupting. This crowd at home, they're just waiting to...
I mean, look at Khalil. We're going. What do we got? A little pull up here. Oh, nope. Did it juke him? I think it just confused him. What a run.
An explosive play, and they get one right there from their quarterback, doing a tremendous job on the scramble. Outstanding individual effort, and just the decibel level in this place has just gone up, it feels like, tenfold.
Off the play fake. Moves around to clear up the vision.
Oh.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
How close. Had a lot of room to work with, too.
Sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Not a lot of room.
Running back knocked me out.
Before he's forced out of bounds. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. It's on target and complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Come on in on up.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll give it to the back. And he is stopped.
That's a little Army transfer.
Nike. Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Anderson will throw. Under fire. Catch in the middle. It's Clay. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being
Lucian
on defense and choosing
Anderson.
whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Falcons kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Nowhere to go with the ball and down.
Rex the Discoverous.
The first down sack pushes the ball back to this
Oh, this is going to get down on the stump.
Back to pass. They'll run the screen. Makes a man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Lost one deep down the right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
What? What?
That is a tough one to take. They had the interception.
Oh my goodness. What did they call? That's insanity.
But it's taken away by the pass
Wow.
interference penalty.
Donnie Jones in a one-on-one situation.
Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Ridley.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. And the Falcons come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Anderson wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return.
Called for an interference. Unbelievable.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got his man downfield. At the 45 on his way. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go CJJ.
Make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Safe completion on the screen. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28. The Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Grab near the marker. It's Clark. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Caught in the backfield. It's Mills. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half,
too.
man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
We're going to be in a dogfight here.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
I think we're going to be in a little bit of a dogfight,
From the 11.
which is even dangerous, even more dangerous.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. The Falcons headed quickly to
I'm
the
going
line.
right at the main guy.
Anderson will throw.
And he owned me.
Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And the Falcons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to go up top in times running out in the half. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Falcons will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Hold it. Finds his man on the left. At the 40, there he goes. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Cornhuskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can let it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Power football with the run. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. They stop him well short of the marker. It's fourth down from the 27. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late. It's a fake. They fake it. The kicker's looking to pass. And the pass is incomplete off the fake field goal. And sometimes you just outsmart yourself.
It was there.
Bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Huskers will kick it away to start the second half. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll try it over the left side. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Anderson wants to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Wade. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. And the Falcons are on the move. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wade.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
He'll pull it on the read. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement change impossible. Caught near the sticks. It's Ridley. Putting together a real scoring attacking threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Clay. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll run play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Falcons come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Using his legs, it's Frazier. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He splits the uprights. And we've got a deadlock here in the third quarter.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Wilkins. Tight end finds a soft spot. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was.
I want to just highlight all the times. This is one of the things that always pissed me off before. Like, I'm running through this opening, and then he has to glitch at me. Probably not going to make it anyways, but
let's see if he can turn it on here in the second
what is that?
The Huskers will send out the punt unit. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. A low line drive and not his best work. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line.
Look like I hit that guy, man.
Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
They'll try the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled.
I was too scared to switch on.
The
I
Falcons
called for a
decide
bit,
to let
or
it away.
I'll get called for a pick, dude.
No fair catches here, looking for room. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Grabbed behind the line, it's Mills. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, it's Wilkins. Finds his tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. And the Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Trying. Oh, he's got some space. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another 1st down. This guy can do that a lot.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Great shot at a field goal from here. You don't want to be reckless and take it off the board.
Oh, why would he throw it that shallow? Stupid ass game. We'll throw it up. Look at this. You get that whole back corner of that end zone after that beautiful rub route, and he throws it where? Right where he's at.
Running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Huge 3rd down to start the 4th quarter here.
Tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this.
I don't know if he's thrown an incompletion yet this game.
Anderson will throw. Breaks the tackle. He's not
That
going to
ain't
make
gonna
it.
work.
What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
We knew it would be a battle.
Try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clark. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the back. There he goes. Touchdown, Huskers. And they've moved out front here in the 4th. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington.
Randy Moss is like
in
his 50s almost.
I disagree. They're trailing by just 4 to Middle Tennessee. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect.
Can't count Marshall out. Randy Moss played there.
Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on.
That's true. Good take.
Anderson wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. play action on first down. Finds the tight end. Powers through the defender. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Falcons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Bring in the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Falcons will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Let's see what he can do with it. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Motion from the wide receiver. They want that clock to run. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
The Cornhuskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll pitch it.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man, where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
Ran through the contact. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Wilkins. Flips it out on the screen. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position. And the running back
got enough space. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball.
Wilkins might just be the guy.
They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
Just leaning on.
Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. Gets it to him on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's taking the deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or they just run this.
Touchdown, Nebraska! Haul that baby in and then stroll it into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And they tacked on the extra point. He'll bring it out. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Anderson will throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. With the catch, it's Clay. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. There's the pressure. And that one's too high and too wide. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, BG! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight.
This game's so stupid.
It's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but not...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Going right to work up top. Here's a heat. The Falcons come to the line in the hurry-up. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it and they get that turnover. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about.